So I think some of Nancy's qualities that are most appealing to me, she's soft-spoken, but she's very thoughtful, very bright, and creative when she's working on a project.
She doesn't just tell people what she thinks they want to hear. She's willing to confront difficult issues and exercise a great deal of intellect and research before coming to a decision that she thinks is right for the city. And then she'll make that decision knowing full well that it won't always be popular with everyone. And I've been on both ends of that myself, but I still respect her, and I think that she's what we need to move Greensboro forward.
I certainly know Nancy as someone who analyzes her decision-making prior to making the decision. She takes the facts, she takes the information, and the other thing that she will do, she will actually go and view the situation. She will be the first that will go and attempt to look at it in a visionary way.
When I'm looking at a leader, I want somebody who processes all the information, who is going to take it all in and make the best decision, not somebody who's just going to shoot from the hip and be impulsive. So I want somebody who can put that all together, and I do think that that is what she does. And in meetings and listening to her constituents, she really tries to bring it all together.
I think she's the quiet but strong type of leader. I think she's the type of person who, when she talks, people listen, because everything she says is, generally comes across as very well thought out and just very analyzing the entire situation.
She's understated in that she's quiet and a little bit more reserved, but everything that comes out of her mouth is so well thought out and so just wise.
I think Nancy in council meetings is particularly thoughtful and oftentimes a quiet leader, which provides a more strategic, I think, end response to an issue that may or may not be controversial. She's very thoughtful, I think, in the way that she organizes her thoughts. She thinks about what's best for our city and then ultimately what we need to do at the end after hearing all of the conversation.
Whenever there was an issue that came up, Nancy was not one to immediately make a decision. She gathered information and then made sound decisions based on her beliefs as a person and the policies and ordinances of the city. So I think she's a fair person and not one who just makes a rash decision.
From my viewpoint, from an elected mayor of another town, she has made some pretty courageous decisions in the face of a lot of opposition. And I think they were the right decisions.
I would describe Nancy as a person, as someone who is very, very genuine. What you see is what you get. As a leader, I would see her as someone who has a vision for Greensboro. She has such a thirst for knowledge in terms of wanting to know about Greensboro, but also wanting to make good decisions.
Well, one of the opportunities I've had to work with Nancy has been on the AVC board. Prior to Nancy becoming the liaison from council, we had been experiencing a number of challenges. But through her leadership, we've hired a new general manager. We've put up a number of new stores, renovated old stores. It's a much better system than prior to Nancy getting involved.
She's passionate about Greensboro and about the future of Greensboro and the possibilities. She's thoughtful about what the next move should be. She just doesn't act out of emotion. She listens to her constituents, and not only people in her district, but people also outside of her district.
I'd say you should vote for Nancy Hoffmann. She's the kind of elected leader we need in this community. She's smart, she educates herself on the issues, she's willing to take a stand on important things, but she's not a grandstander. She's a quiet, thoughtful leader, and she'll do everything she can for the people of Greensboro.
I think you have to be authentic. You have to really be who you are. People know that right away about you. I think that they know if you're real. So I think authenticity is really important in terms of leadership. And it's really being able to connect with other people. And in my case, I think I'm really interested in other people. I'm interested in hearing their stories. I'm much more interested in knowing about them than talking about myself. And again, one of the things that interested me most in terms of thinking about being involved in public office in Greensboro is that I really believe that local government has the ability today to change lives. And I really believe that it is at the local government today where the best work is being done and where we can achieve the greatest outcomes.